talking about myself is a bit hard, but I'm from Brazil. I've been in Australia for a little bit now. I'm a pharmacist as well, which you can, get the idea that I like very different things. I'm very versatile, I would say. I think I'm a very versatile and adaptable person, but I am a bit shy as well. I'm a little bit introverted, as much as people don't really believe me when they meet me. So I've been here for 9 years now. It was just my Australia anniversary last month. 9 years that feel like 10 minutes. Like sometimes it feels like I've been here for longer, but sometimes it feels like it's all happened so fast. I came to Brisbane first, and then I moved to Melbourne because I thought I was a little bit done with Brisbane, but then I went to Melbourne and it was chaos, and then I decided to come back. So I stayed 6 months there, and then the rest of the time here in Brisbane. It was actually, because I graduated right in the middle of the year, so I didn't want to go straight into looking for a job. In that questioning myself what I should do with those 6 months, that's when the idea of going abroad came about. But I didn't think of Australia at first. I thought maybe Canada or something like that. But I couldn't work if I was a student there, so then I found out in Australia you could work and study, and that's how it ended up happening. I feel like Australia picked me rather than the other way around. To be honest, the plan was I came to do a marketing course because the whole idea was to go back to Brazil and do marketing for cosmetics, like within the pharmaceutical industry. So I came here with that focus, and I wanted to work as well. It was the first time that I was out of my parents' house. So, I was going to get a house for myself and a job and all that. And I thought that in 7 months, that would be enough. But then, time goes by very fast. So I was like, oh my God, 7 months is not enough. But yeah, so that was sort of the plan. I never thought I would be staying for so long, and possibly for the rest of my life now, but yeah. So I finished that marketing course, and I knew that my visa was going to run out. So I really wanted to stay. So I ended up studying dance teaching. So that's when I started doing it here, and then I moved to Melbourne, and then I came back, I finished that course, and then it's sort of like, well, I don't want to go now that I started to, actually create my life here in my environment. Now that I'm getting used to this, I don't want to leave. So then I studied a bunch of things. Like I studied business, and then advanced business, and then advanced and so on until I made the decision that I wanted to do uni here for acting back in 2018. So then from that point onwards, it was just like finding out how to do the acting and actually getting to uni here and all that planning. But yeah, I don't know if what I said made sense. It sort of happened, and like I went with the flow for a bit until I could actually land on the uni doing acting. So yeah, it was a bit chaotic and unplanned, and it happened. That's why I said that sometimes I feel like I was supposed to stay here because things happen in a certain way that it all worked out somehow. So when I made the decision that I actually wanted to be an actor, first I was looking because I didn't land on uni right at first, right? I was looking through my options, and APAC at the time was offering workshops. So I came for a class, like just a random class one evening actually, and we did a few things, and then I came for a second class. And then that's when I was like, I think I should do something a bit more regular, like uni. And because I had already done the workshops here, then I just came and had a look to see how the uni program was and everything, and then it worked out for me. It was 2 years, which is a good time frame as well for someone doing a second uni. So yeah, that's how it happened, and yeah, so that's how I found out about APAC. I had never done acting before, but I always had a thing about film. So, you know, I just, as a kid, I used to always watch Titanic. Titanic was my thing. Every weekend was Titanic Day. And I used to dress up like Rose and do this little like plays for my mom and just, you know, show her the way, like how Rose I was, you know. And then from that, it was a lifetime of like, oh, I think I like this. I think I would like to be an actor. But it's always a little bit, you always hear from people like, how are you gonna have a life being an actor? Like, that's not a real career. What do you really wanna do? So I always had that in the back of my head in a way that like, oh, acting is not something that is feasible. So I wanted to do it since an early age, but never really let myself believe it, I think. So that's why I ended up going to pharmacy and all that, which is something that I really love as well. But yeah, and then coming to Australia, everything changed. And I feel like that's where it was the point where the idea came about. And I was like, yeah, well, I already changed everything. So why not, you know, go for it. Right at the start, when I arrived here, I felt more at home than I had ever felt at home in Brazil, if that makes sense. So I feel like from my early days in Australia, I had the feeling that like I like it here. I feel very comfortable. I'm enjoying everything. I like the little life I'm creating for myself here. And that feeling just grew over time. So then with uni, that's when it was a pivotal time for me, because then with university, I had the opportunity to maybe apply for a graduate visa after. And then because I also knew that at some point I couldn't just be a student anymore. You know, I was lucky enough that I was able to do it for so many years, but at some point I'm gonna run out of that option. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna do higher education, so then maybe, possibly, I can do a graduate visa on top of that. But then in the meantime, I met my partner. So then like with my partner here, then that part of the visa changed a little bit, because then now I'm in the process of doing a partner visa with him. So yeah, so totally out of the scope of university and acting and all that. It was just another lucky part of all this that I ended up meeting my partner in. I did dance for quite a long time back in Brazil as well. So I sort of like had that connection with the arts in a sense. So I had been on stage and all that, but with dance. But when I was doing my dance teaching course here, there was one day that we actually had to plan a choreography with a story behind, so it was more of an acting thing. And then that day I felt so comfortable, like I never felt comfortable with dance. But that day I was like, yeah, I think I want to do this. And yeah, and then just went for it, really, without never having done anything else with that, yeah. Sorry, I moved my hands a lot. I think with the acting, it's the chance of living in a very different reality than your own, but still having your own life, in a sense. Like, it's sort of having it all in a little bit, like, in a certain sense, because you are still yourself and you have your life and your experiences, but then you get to have a total different perspective and sort of like just become someone else, really, and with different ideas and perspectives and then experiences. And then I think the process of bringing some stuff to life based on what you lived as well, it's, I don't know, I enjoy that. And just when you watch something and someone on a screen makes you feel so many things, I feel like when I watched Rose and Jack, I wanted to sort of make someone feel those feelings watching me, you know? As weird as it sounds. But yeah, I just wanted to bring those emotions. I think the hardest is just not caring. I feel like it's really hard to be put in front of a camera or in front of an audience and do your best without thinking, what are these people thinking of me? Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I look so stupid now. I'm so silly. So getting rid of all that and just being like, I'm gonna have a good time, whatever. That's really hard because I still get nervous and all that. With stage, like I move myself a lot and I move my hands a lot, so that's something that's a difficulty for me in camera, but it's a challenge for me, but in a good way, because I know that I have to focus on that, to be more still, to be a bit more concentrated, let's say. But with stage, it can be as big as you want. And I never thought I would be a good stage actor, because I always felt like it's hard for me to let go of certain things. But every time I was on a stage, and you can go as big as you want, I don't know, I really enjoy that, and I feel like I'm good with that, and I surprise myself. I'm like, I actually do well on stage. And then I have this difficulty in camera. But still, like, I enjoy that part of having to adapt, you know, and have a little challenge there to work, you know, for, and yeah. Well, the character, I really enjoyed that she was a bitch from the start. You know, I was like, yes, I wanted to be a villain. I felt like there was something that, I don't know, I think it's a bit easier to be a bitch rather than like to be a nice person. So I was like, good, like I have heaps of ideas. And then like we had many sessions with the other actors and we read the script, and like from what the other actors give you as well, you also decide how you are going to react to certain things, what is your relationship with the other actors as well within the story. So it was a long process, you know, but I had some base ideas like of the person that I wanted to create, this very deceiving person. And I actually got really surprised with the amount of nominations and awards and this and that. Like I really enjoyed the whole process, and I really enjoyed that everyone else enjoys it too, and so many people enjoyed it and liked it, said that we did a really good job, and for a first time acting, it's really overwhelming. Like we filmed in 2023, it's 2025 and we are still getting nominations, and yeah, so it's been really good. That's a good surprise. You know, we started with pre-scenes. We didn't know anything about the story. We just knew what was happening beforehand. And then slowly Mirko started like letting us know, gave us the script. So it started slowly, but we also had like a lot of time to think about these characters and ponder on, you know, what we were going to do with it. Like I said, the relationship in between us. And yeah. We started rehearsals, and then we started rehearsing sitting down just to get that feeling, because it was going to be really restrained. We knew that we were going to film sitting down on the chairs in a very small space. So we focused that on those, you know, types of dynamics yeah. It was hard. I was actually happy that I got tied up because I moved my hands a lot. I was like, that worked well. I'm not gonna move as much. But, you know, sitting there for many hours, and it was so hot. We filmed in the Sunshine Coast. It was November. It was super humid, super Oh my God. And yes, and we filmed at night as well. So we started around like, 9 p.m. and filmed until like 2 a.m. So we were really tired and sweaty at the end. And oh my God. And I was sitting there, I was really worried if I was going to be capable of doing a good job, especially being my first time sitting there. So I feel like at many points I was thinking about that, like, oh my God, I hope I'm doing a good job. I hope everything is going to plan. But yeah, it was hard. I think Tamara was very, like, a strong person, and I think I'm a strong person as well, in that sense. When she was pissed off sitting there in the chair, that's like, I took it from many moments of my life that I got really pissed off at people. And like, there was that intensity. I think I can be a bit intense sometimes, so for sure. But I feel like she was such a horrible person, you know, so there was not much I took from my personality, I would say. I just borrowed a few things. Like I said, the intensity and being pissed off. My highlight, well, look, I would have to say that the game we play thing definitely was a massive highlight. And my cohort, we got along so well as well. Me, Finn, Liam, and Chantel. We always said like we were a little tiny cohort, but we worked so well together. We became really close friends, which made everything a bit easier as well, because like we supported each other quite well in this whole journey. You know, we were there for each other. And yeah, so I think my little cohort there, the friendships I made, and the whole game we play thing were the biggest highlights, that's for sure. I still have that goal, you know, always aiming for bigger things, and yeah. But yeah, I'd say it was that. I always wanted to work with horror. But I'll have to say then, because we're talking about horror, it would be a massive, oh my God, I can't even think, doing a horror film with Toni Collette. Like talking about an actor that I admire and I would love to work with. And I think she's amazing, she's incredible, and she's done many horrors. But she's so versatile and she does everything else as well, so well. So yeah, putting those two things together, I would probably pass out. I think that I took from all this, and working better with different types of people as well, because then like you get into an acting and it's like people are so different. Like, and you would know that from any job really, but when you are doing like a teamwork, like regarding acting, you have to organize yourself and others and make things work in a sense. So you have to be adaptable. I'm gonna use that word again, you know, so that, and being patient and just having. Already speaking it helped a lot because I didn't have that layer of embarrassment that some international students can have when they first arrive, because like, oh, I don't know how to speak it so well. Like, of course I had moments that I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm saying this right. But it made it a bit easier to throw myself in the English. So if you want your English to be better and lose accent and stuff like that, you have to just do it. You have to go and talk to Australians and be with Australians and, you know. So that sort of thing, and I feel like I did that, like with uni as well. Like, of course, like we studied dialect here, so that was a really good thing for me as well. But I was doing my uni in English and my friends every day speaking in English and being out there working hospitality as well. I worked hospitality for quite a while. So that constant having to speak English sometimes if I had a customer that was a Brazilian customer in a restaurant and I had to speak in Portuguese, sometimes it was harder for me because I was such in the mojo of doing everything in English that then having to speak Portuguese was like, so yeah, you have to throw yourself in the deep end and go with it. and know that you are speaking a whole other language. You know, you already have your own and you're doing a second one. So there's no reason to be embarrassed, you know. Definitely the being very far from your family and friends. And like I have friends back in Brazil that, like I have a friend that we've been friends for 22 years. So imagine, like, my whole life she was right there. Now there's that physical distance, you know, and sometimes you don't want to be physically far away from people, physically apart. So that's the worst. Sometimes I'm like, I see a mother and a daughter and I'm like, I want to go shopping with my mom, you know, those sort of things that it can't happen like that. So made me think about the whole time I had with my family back there that I took for granted a little bit. But thankfully, you know, we have phones and the internet to help, because if not, it would have been a lot harder. But yeah, that's the biggest thing for me, at least. There's so many things, I think, like just meeting people from all over the world. Living in another place gives you a different perspective of everything. You can see, you know, like I have my experiences from back in Brazil, and I also have my experiences here, like seeing how Australia works and Australians as people. And I don't know, I think just being in a very different environment is very nice. It gives you lots of perspective. Meeting people from all parts of the world also give you many different perspectives. In the end, it gives you things for you to take from when you are an actor as well. And I love to travel. It's very cliche to say that, but I really love traveling, and I think that was the best thing I did, was actually coming here and staying and finding my little corner of the world, you know, yeah. When I was doing these like various courses that I did, the perspective I had about it is that there's always something to be learned in any industry, really. And learning it's never gonna be bad for you. So as much as, like, I was studying international business, for example, so it's like, it's never something that I wanted to do, but there's so much that I can take from that and apply in other things in my life. So that was the perspective I gave to it. But then getting out of something that you just have to like pick at straws with what you like, and you know, you have to focus on the good parts of it. Getting out of that to something that, like, I always wanted to do this, I love all of it, and I'm doing my assessments, like, I'm excited about it. If you feel like making progress finally, in a sense. You know, I got to that point and I was like, oh my God, I've been through a lot to get to this point, and now I'm gonna make it worth it, you know. So that was a really good feeling. But at the same time, I was also grateful for whatever I could learn in those courses and that I can apply to my life and to the acting and to my interpersonal relationships and all that. So yeah, but it definitely feels good studying something that you love and that you can actually make a career on. And yeah. If you really want to do it. If you have the means to do it, do it. But do it knowing that you might face adversities. It's not going to be flowers 100% of the time, definitely not. It's going to be more sticks than flowers most of the time. But you know, life is like that. If you like something, you have to go for it and you have to try. And if it doesn't work, you know, have a day for yourself, have a day to complain. But if you really love it, then go back into it and keep pushing. And you know, I think it's a matter of perspective as well. Seeing your life, like how do you want your life to go? Which direction do you want your life to go? You know, so to get to a certain point, you have to do things. So if you want to get there, you have to do the things to get there. So it's kind of like practicality. So you feel like more free, I would say, to like do whatever. You know, you have your family, you have support. So coming like far away, you lose that. So that's why you have to go with the flow of things. You have to live multiple lives to then find a life that you can build for yourself, I think. Whereas like in our countries, there's sort of like a base already made for you there. So you sort of like follow that way. When you decide to go to another country, another place in the world, it's like, I have to do what I have to do and adapt and dance with the music. And yeah, and you know, every day is a day that you are going to learn. Be open for the learning and take whatever you can to grow personally. You know, I feel like coming here and having to work jobs that I didn't want to work and think about what I was going to do and not having my family right here made me really tough in a sense, you know, made me grow up a lot, and I definitely don't regret it. It was really good to build my character and the person that I am. I feel like moving here was something that definitely helped build who I am right now, really. If I had stayed back in Brazil, maybe I would be a very different person now and wouldn't be an actor. I don't think so. Trust my gut and my instincts a lot more now. And I have really good boundaries, you know. I don't know, like there's so many good things that come from going through hard times. Keep pushing through if it's something that you want to do. There's always a way, you know. We can learn how to juggle a bunch of things together. If you want to do it, you can do it. And yeah, you are going to get lots of no's, but if you don't try, it will only be no's. You know, if you try, you might get a yes. That might change your life. But I think also as students here, just apply yourself. Just do it, focus, be here, be present with your classmates, help each other. An actor is nothing without the person in the scene with you. And like when you give something to bounce back off to the other person will give you stuff for you to bounce off as well off. So I don't know, I think just if you decided to do this, take it seriously. There's a lot of people out there that are actors and are really good actors, so also know that you're going to have lots of competition, so you have to be on the ball. But you cannot just go about being an actor thinking, oh, I have the talent. Because in the end, the talent alone is not gonna really take you places just because you see yourself as a talented person, you know. There's all the effort that you have to put. And yeah, just going through the struggle, keeping that talent active as well. I feel like if you leave uni and you don't do anything with your talent, you start like sort of not losing it, but getting a little bit rusty. So I do think that like keeping that, you know, in contact with acting, like go to an acting group, do some sort of like keep your training going, do it by yourself at your house, I don't know, you know, but keep that alive in you and don't just like, oh, I'm talented, something's gonna show up for sure, you know, put that effort. Keep an eye out for things, and if an opportunity comes up, if you can take it, take it, even if it's like a backstage thing, even if you're just gonna be a runner on a set, you know, if you can get that opportunity, if it works out, go and do it. And also know that it's not everywhere that you are going to be able to network and talk to people and make contact, but know that you might learn other things that might be important on the next time, you know. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Hello, my name is Mariana Freitas. I'm Tamara in the game we play. It's a horror movie. It was a lot of fun to be in it, and everyone that watched it said that they really enjoyed it. And if you like horror, come